Alright guys, we're going to get on this again. As you can see, it was corn this year. And so hopefully they get into this and take it down a little bit more. But for now, this is what we got to work with. And we're going to head on to the site. And yeah, hopefully something good comes up. I'll catch you on the first good signal. Cheers. Well, this won't look like much, but I think that's a reed on there, bent over. And I don't know, this seems like it's pewter, so I know they didn't make pewter harmonica reeds, but I don't think that's copper. But the piece attached to it is, so we'll clean that up when I get home and take a closer look. Another one of those. Found several of those a while now. Some people were saying that those were, you know, tines from an old harrow. Sorry, my brain's not working. I'm on vacation. But I'm thinking maybe those were driven into logs to hold, you know, hold things together. Maybe there was a cabin here before the house was eventually built. A lot of times they'll do that. They'll come in, build a small structure while they're building the larger structure later, just to give them something to live in. I don't know. I wish I had knowledge of, or somebody that was knowledgeable in colonial buildings. That's definitely a hand-forged piece. Alright, I think it is, at least. On we go. Cheers. Well, after the onslaught I put on this field last year, I'm surprised that there's any signals at all. And I just pulled another shotgun shell. Again, that's a pretty rare one. The one with the star, UMC Co. I'll get you. It's going to be a Nitro Club, I believe. But yeah, I'll get you a date on that. Alright, on we go. It's a nice high signal. 92. Could be iron, always. At this site especially. There's just so much iron everywhere. Again, this is where I pulled up my oldest find, that stirrup from the 1600 to 17, probably. Well, it said 1700. Should make it between those dates, but it could go a little bit later than that, of course. Digging with these corn stalks could be a pain, but you know what, we're doing it, man. We're doing it. Get to the goods, man. Didn't get as much creek hunting in as I would have liked to this year, but I did get out a few times. Wow. I don't know what that is, but it's loud. That's for sure. Huh. There it is. What is that? No way. Is that a coin? My first target. Is that a coin? I want to say that's a half cent. Oh my goodness. I don't know, but that's the size of a half cent. Oh my goodness, I can't believe that. The first good signal of the day. Well, I don't have it cleaned off, but I can already see. Is that another 1800 Drap bust half cent? Yeah, that's definitely gonna be. Wow, I can't believe that. That's two incredible condition Drap bust half cents from this spot. Let me get the toothbrush on this, and I'll get back to you. Well, that's it for now. That was pretty much right in the surface. And for a 224-year-old coin, that is not bad at all. You can see the Liberty. The backside, a little bit not as good. Not as good. But man, super stoked on that. Well, this was down in, probably about down 6 inches. But again, this is all area I've swung before, but there's just so much iron, just can't possibly get all the signals. Looks like this one might have a crack in it, but it's pretty much complete. That's gonna be a sleigh bell. It's a younger style. Doesn't have the pedals, but probably still has the dinger in there because it's whole, so the next clip will be me ringing it, hopefully. Alright, cheers. That's just hard swinging, I'm telling you. Stuff like that, it's hard to swing through that. You can't, you almost can't. You can't, let's just put it. But I think we got something down here. Looks like a pewter or a tomback. Yep. Sweet. No design by the looks of things. I like that style though, with the flat ones. They make me feel like they're older. It's not about how I feel though. It's about what I find. Anyway, I feel good about that. On we go. That was a 62, I believe. Cheers. Well, that's another one of those harmonica. I think it's harmonica reed, and it's definitely made of pewter. That's crazy. I've never seen that before. But it's all flaking off here at the bottom of the piece. And if I flip it, you can see the. If I flip it, you can definitely see the cutout where the reed's supposed to go there, and the pin at the top. So wow, that's pretty crazy. That's two of those. I'll show them to you when I get home and get them cleaned up. Cheers. There's something right here, and it rang up really low. In situ there. I don't know if you see it. It's a cool looking light. Oh, you know what? That's the bottom, I think, of a two-piece. And it looks like maybe that's just a piece of dirt, but yeah. That's what's going to be. I would say that's half of a two-piece. I'll check for a back mark and let you know. On we go. Cheers.
There was a style in the mid to late 18th century where the shank portion of the button was cast as one piece and then another piece was attached to the front. This is distinct from blowhole buttons, as those were brazed together and the holes were needed to allow expanding gases to escape from between the two halves. This other style was either joined with a much lower temperature solder, or more likely, in my opinion, simply glued together. I find many more without a front half than I do complete, or separate fronts for that matter, which I think may be due to the fact that some had front faces made of organic material like bone, wood, or mother of pearl that has since decomposed in the ground. Above is a complete specimen as well as a partial specimen that I recovered at the same site. The metal on the top half of the button is a different alloy than the tombak that makes up the back. I found one example with a fancy front, but most are plain, so these may have been considered more utilitarian as opposed to formal or flashy. They seem to concentrate around 1760s and 1770s sites in my area, so I would surmise that is the heyday of this style.
A beautiful big piece of glass there, right off the top. That rain has really washed some things out, so we'll take it. It's not a bottle, but man, it's thick, whatever it is. All right, cheers.